Alright, welcome back. So if you couldn't guess from what I was saying last episode, we're here to do Centerstone Gorge. It's quite a risk at this level, but I think we can do it. With this bow, that's really good, and I spent all my gold on potions. Resist potions. Resist magic, fire, frost, and shock, even though I'm going to be prioritizing fire and shock because frost is pretty easy to dodge. Easier than frost and shock is at least. Okay. We don't need to feed on everyone. Got one more skeleton up here. Orcish arrow. Okay, so now is where we're going to want to put our stuff on. This is fire, magic, and shock. Fire and shock are pretty almost instant cast. Well, shock is instant cast, and fire is pretty much, might as well be. Let's see what we got. Why'd they have their wards up? If I wasn't seen. Alright, nice. Got one. There. So fast. Come on back out. Nice. Let's search. We want to keep moving pretty quickly here because we are on a timer. Solar fire. Shoot. Ooh, hell yes. We're gonna wear those right now. Take this staff. Let's drop this Fury staff. Yeah, gloves of magic resist. Clutch, find. Alright, this is another tricky room right here. Actually, I think I'm going to put on a marksman potion. I also bought a marksman potion. Oh, shit. Let's go ahead and put silver. Okay, nice. Dead? Yes. Orcish arrow. I've got to be careful with this one right here. Get that off. Come on. Excellent. Boots of stamina. Hell yeah. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. These guys are both fire, I think, up here. Let's go ahead and put on my steel arrows just so I don't get any wonky. Alright, so that cutoff was my mic cutting off, which is great. I love having mic issues 2 episodes in a row. So, doing a voiceover after the fact. This is a very spooky situation. Got 2 pyromancers. Both know where I am looking at me. They both have wards. The best is to take them unawares, but I'm doing this a little early. It'd be better to do this with maybe at least 1 sneak perk or summit sneak investment, especially with Namiras sneak buff, stealth buff. So yeah. They have some incinerate going. I also have shock, fire, and magic resist, as well as fortify marksman going. So that's 4 different buffs all at once, which means that I'm at my toxicity limit. So making my remarkable healing potions not very effective. And unfortunately, since I took all of my buffs at the same time, the 3 buffs, resist buffs at the same time, and they're all 300 seconds, they're all going to run out at the same time. And then my marksman buff looks like it's running out about the same time. So I can't really heal myself very effectively. And I'm at my toxicity limit. And the only way to heal myself effectively is to wait for my toxicity limit to go away. But that means that I'm no longer resistant. So what I end up choosing is tanking a hit. Luckily, I got really lucky here actually that my Atronach stone, the absorb kicked in there. So now I'm just waiting. It's a little less scary now that 1 is dead. Only 1 more to contend with. So now I'm just waiting for the buffs to wear off so I can actually get to full health. And unfortunately we have duplicates of our other resists, but none of our fire resists. So a bit of an oversight on my end. Luckily we have a lot of resist magic, which helps. That 39 magic resist is going to help a bunch. So what I end up deciding, I believe, is just take a fortify health potion here. Yeah, lots of contemplation on what to do. Should I run, leave the dungeon because I'm going to get 1 shot, or should I, should we just go for it? So luckily I've broken aggro. He's no longer looking for me. So I'm trying to milk this. Ooh. Ah, unlucky there. Moves away at the last second. I don't know if he's... No, yeah, he still hasn't seen me. Try... Nope. Try and weave it in between, but I think it's a solid surface there. Here we go. Trying to wait for him to walk out in front so that I don't have to move. And then we get it. My heart is pounding here playing this. I about just ran in there and then I remembered that there's the fire Atronach. The addition of having the ancient arrows of the different elemental is really nice in Dronker dungeons now. It's good to always have although limited, a stock of them. And we've done it. Such a relief. See our prize, some fireballs, sanctified iron dagger, gloves of magicka, surpassing potion, super nice, more gloves of magicka. Of course the standard fire breath. And I come to look for the spectral bow. I don't know what was going on with my game. I was I was contemplating whether it got removed from this dungeon, moved somewhere else. So I'm a little disturbed right now. Wondering if it got moved or if it just fell through the floor. What happened to the spectral bow? The whole reason that we came to do this dungeon. Go ahead and disenchant the stuff that I can. Boots don't need. Everything except for the archery gauntlets and the gloves of magic resist. More nice enchantments that are going to be instantly disenchanted. Now it's time to investigate what happened to the spectral bow. See if it fell to the floor. It didn't. Find it anywhere. Yeah, I don't know what happened. So what I ended up doing was going back into my backing out, going into the X edit, the SSE edit, to see if it was still placed in this dungeon, and it was showing that it was placed in this cell. So I knew it hadn't been moved. And then we'll see when because I cut it when I come back. My first mysterious chest. So in the new edition in 2.0 is the removal of the hand-placed jewelry, and then instead it's a mysterious chest, which kind of gives it a little more randomness. I get a peerless ring, which is nice. I can't wear it because I have my Namiras ring, and I can't wear jewelry anyways, but it is nice to get a stamina 2 enchant that I can then put on boots or gloves, or I think it can go boots, gloves, chest piece maybe? I don't know. So yeah, here I'm gonna end up exiting. Yep, and then when I come back, I loaded the game again and it was here. So I don't know, something strange. Because I even reloaded the autosave when I came into the dungeon, and I toggled free cam TFC to come to the end to see if it was actually on the table, and it wasn't there when I initially entered into the dungeon. So nothing a little restarting can't do. The classic fix for most things. Just restart it. Stamina can't go on gloves. Okay, we just saw that there. So yeah, focusing all the graders into marksman. We want to get that marksmanship 60 for the faster draw speed, which is nice. And actually what we really want is marksman 70 for the heavy bow movement speed, which was nerfed a little bit in the most recent F-tweaks, but still very, very much necessary. So of course Spectral Bow by itself is really nice, but it has a really nice synergy with this build where we get a lot of almost, it's not quite free because I can't wear armor, but pretty much free health and stamina, and then I have a bunch of non-regenerable magic. So the Spectral Bow is a great solution for that, where it gives me absorb for all three attributes. So I can slowly restore my magicka without having to get well rested every time, and then I can use my health pool and stamina pool as a more effective resource. meaning that I can take more hits and then reliably regenerate afterwards. And I don't have to worry as much about the stamina drain of dodging and zooming in, slowing time, because as long as I'm hitting my shots, I'm regenerating back or absorbing stamina. The amount that it absorbs isn't crazy, but it's nice. It's just a little additional boost of magic, health, and stamina, which is really nice. And in addition, the enchantment does not drain, so there's no enchantment amount on it. It's just always going without having to recharge it. Even if I did have to recharge it, it's not a big deal because I'm going into enchanting, but it's just another nice side effect. So here we're going to be running through the Falkreath bandit. Falkreath bandits. So starting off with Bile Gulch. And they're all pretty close to one another, so that's why I figured I'd not doing a cut in between, because it's just right on the doorstep of Centerstone. Notice I have way too many healing poultices. They become less necessary with the Spectral bow. Not sure how I'm missing. Just not aiming high enough, I guess. You get to see my glorious aiming. It's very hit or miss, so to speak. Some situation in some fights, I hit some really nice shots, and then in other fights, it's just like, it's hard to watch, honestly, for me, watching back. Nice. Everybody takes a turn with the staff. Miss. Nice. One thing with the mirror that's really nice is that just by taking the blessing and keeping up the buff, you can break almost any chest because you get so much health and stamina. Like, look at this. Point blank. Missing. Also nice, we finally have a bow that it's not gonna get broken. We've had our last broken short bow. So here I want to throw away the staff, just in case I have to bait anyone outside. I don't want them to come over here and pick up the staff again. I'll give it a nice toss. I also want to raise this, was trying to raise this guy. Doesn't end up working. But if I raise him and then he dies and he has the staff, then again they'll pick up the staff and use it against me. So that's why I wanted to throw it away first. Just the classic Skyrim shenanigans with hitboxes. It's just nice not having to worry so much about using spells, because we have that reliable magic regeneration now through absorbing. Not sure how that misses. More enchantments. And some nice raised dead scrolls. So that's the hand-placed. There are 2 hand-placed orcs in this dungeon by Ghoul Smasher. Nice little challenges. Once you're properly geared though, not too bad. Depending on your build. Alright, and then we're going to move on to the next bandit camp, which is going to be Knife Point Ridge. Love the inventory management for archery builds. Super fun. Yeah, it's a short distance again, so not gonna run or not gonna cut. Just gonna run there. Interesting Forsworn sword. I'm wondering if that's coming from the Glenmoral Coven. Oh man, I made a liar of myself. I did cut. Anyways, here at Knife Point. Lots of Knife Point is dangerous because there's a good amount of tricksters and there's a good amount of marksmen, crossbowmen, archers, the whole kit and caboodle. Nice. See, like, just missing 2 point-blank shots like this. It's hard to watch. And I dodge into the hit.
It's time to die, dog.
And then look at all, it's shameful the amount that I'm missing these guys. And I think it's because I'm moving so much. So in Skyrim, there is like arrow bending almost. So if you're like running strafing to the right and then you shoot, your arrow will continue to like bend right as well. So I think when I'm doing this heavy strafe with so much movement speed, it's actually doing that arrow bending. That's why, for instance, when I was shooting that that bandit that was fighting the wolf, even though my cursor was on the bandit, I was strafing left, so my arrow pulled left and hit the wolf instead. Nope. Try to get the nice shot. I'm debating on whether or not removing quick loot. Most of the time I end up opening the inventory anyways, and then because I have the auto loot, the case auto loot mod, which helps with a majority of like the insights and arrows or soul gems, so I can reliably omit looting a lot of times. But then when I want to go in, I don't know, because sometimes I only end up looting going into the screen because of what I see in the quick loot menu. Got a bandit here. I think I remember misplaying this somehow. Oh yeah. I was trying to line up the headshot, but I end up just tanking a power attack for no reason. So that's the outside, which is the hardest part, Knife Point Ridge. Just have the bandit boss on the inside. This is something I like doing, just prepping, knocking the arrow, prepping it, and then it stays knocked when you enter the cell here. Just save some time, but they were pretty quick. And I do get a little bit nervous here because it's a high level crossbow. Always nervous with high level crossbows. Unlucky timing there. slash, I wait too long to shoot, and they end up just running out of the way. Use up my glorious insights. So now we're going to be focusing on enchanting. I don't know if I was already put some lessers into, or regular insights into enchanting yet, but yeah. So we have alteration, conjuration up to 25. We still haven't even perked those all the way like we want. We haven't gotten the necromancy perk. We haven't gotten the dual casting perks. This is a very perk heavy build. But the key for my survival is going to be getting nice enchantments, or pretty decent enchantments, I'll say, on the my ragged cap and ragged armor and ragged boots, as well as getting some good enchantments on my gloves, which I already found one, which is the magic resist, which is excellent. There, I was thinking that I would cut to the next place. That's why it skipped a little. I was thinking I would cut to Banner Mist, but then realized that Banner Mist is literally just right down the hill. So might as well just run there. Because a key that we're going to need is we're going to need some Grand Soul Gems. We've been lucky so far and found a couple. But we're probably gonna have to do a bunch and sell at some point just to get more Grand Soul Gems, so that we can get the Arcane Experimenter perk, and we can use them for getting some good enchantments on our gear. Some good mid game enchantments before we get high level enchanting. So like here, I think I execute pretty well. Weaving my shot past this guy to the crossbow while staying out of while limiting the amount of time I'm in the line of sight. I don't understand.
Need something?
In some of my playthroughs, the fugitive is disabled, like he doesn't give you anything, and I think that's the intention, because you can get some pretty OP gear for nothing, pretty much. And then in other of my playthroughs, he gives me gear without issue. So I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, Banner Mist, the easiest of the Falkreath bandit locations for sure. Just 3 bandits. All that good stuff. Alright, and then we're gonna head to Cracked Tusk. Here we go, attack Cracked Tusk Keep. Cracked Tusk isn't bad for ranged characters, as long as you can kite and keep your distance from the last guy. It's not too bad. The only issue I can foresee is that at some point I think our damage is going to be pretty high on our Spectral bow, just from like marksmanship levels and our arrow quality. So the regen that we're going to be getting is going to be less if we're killing bandits or creatures in one shot. Then we're not going to be able to regen as much. But once we perk into... Maybe I want to get Funerary right as well. I'll have to think about that. I'm not really planning on perking into Restoration, or if I do, just very slightly. I kind of want to see how the solar bow is. But maybe Funerary right would also, in conjunction with the Spectral bow, would be good. I'll have to think about it some more. Yes, these guys, no problem. I'm pretty consistently two-shotting almost all bandits, both heavy armor. Well, yeah. Heavy armor and light armor bandits. Pretty consistently two-shotting them, which is nice. And we put on our crossbow because we have the poison on here. See, that's what I'm talking about with the arrow bending. I was strafing left, and even though my crossbow or my crosshair was my crosshair wasn't aiming at the post there. I was strafing left, so it kind of bent the bolt to the left and hit the post. Nice. More insights. Always want to be checking these dressers, cabinets, and everything for chances of ragged caps, ragged robes, and ragged shoes, ragged boots. That's where you're going to find them most of the time. It's going to be in these cupboards in bandit dungeons or forts, or getting a little bit unlucky. I found a couple of different pieces of ragged gear in one cupboard before, so it's always good to check these when you're going to Namira. Of course, we're not going to be going for Mehrunes Razor, but I mean, you might as well get it while I'm here, right? In case I want to do the quest. Aha! Ragged cap. And that's probably the hardest one to... Because most beggars, or you can probably kill most of the beggars, and they have ragged boots and ragged robes, but I think only Brenuin maybe has the ragged cap. Stamina management, not stamina, carry weight management. My favorite. At least we have transmute muscles now, which will help a bunch. As long as we have the magicka to cast it. There we go. So next we're going to be doing the camping in the woods start, essentially. Little throwback. Throwback? Sure. Take the iron dagger, yes. A little throwback to how we started our Dread Archer build here. Except we're not going to be using our summons. No need. We can tank the shots. And, yeah, we can tank them. And we're fast enough to strafe. But don't forget that there's always time to embarrass ourselves. This particular guy he's got happy feet. I can't hit him. I can't hit that short bow, the one that's this guy, to save my life, it seems. See, look at this. I probably shot 8 arrows at him. I've hit him once. There we go. Take the silver arrows. I'm probably going to focus more on the left side of the enchanting tree for now. Well, I think it's more important for me in my survivability, I think, to get good enchantments on my gear because I have like the Spectral bow, I have Draven's bow, and I'll be able to get through Dwarven dungeons. I mean, it'll be kind of a slog, but I can kite, and as long as it's just gonna be how much ammunition I have. So Nox Crab has a Requiem Magic Redone, I think it's called, that has bound arrows as a spell. Unfortunately, it's not without some patching, manual patching, it's not really compatible with ftweaks. But that would be nice to have. Yeah, turn off the grass so I can actually see. Because without something like that, it's hard to do a arcane archer build because you're going to be reliant on ammunition. I wonder if I can make my own little patch of that mod and only take the bound arrows spell. Something to think about. Look into that. Either that or make a suggestion to Forn to add that in as well. Maybe he'll like the idea. Who knows? Either I can do that, or I almost don't really even want to use the bound bow until I have level 70 marksman, because once I have the bow out, I'm not going to really want to sheath it, and so I'm going to need to be able to use it, and that means that I have to be able to kite. So, a little interesting going through here. This is the first time I've seen crossbowmen in that position in Burchard. So I wonder if the types of bandits in this dungeon were played around with a little bit. And the same thing for the camping in the woods, the treasure bandits. The crossbow bandit or the archer marksman bandit wasn't in the normal spot. Actually, there wasn't even if I remember correctly, there wasn't even an archer bandit there. It was 3 melee bandits, which is interesting. But yeah, at this point we're just breezing through all bandits. We start the episode. We probably did the episode in the wrong direction. Probably should have done all these bandits. Actually, thinking about it, we definitely did it in the wrong direction. But I mean, the Spectral bow is a big part of why we're able to just cruise through all these bandit camps. But yeah, probably should have done that, gotten the levels necessary, and then at the end of the episode, after leveling up a couple times, taking on Centerstone. Yeah, so might as well start putting points into enchanting. I'm pretty happy with where we're at with alteration, conjuration. Well, alteration mainly. We have our transmute muscles. We have our mage armor too. Though maybe one improvement would be dual casting. Yeah, get the nice shot off on that guy. Nice. Gotta watch out for these great swords. There we go, Emperor Shard. The last bandit camp in Falkreath. I think I kind of borked the Falkreath quest to get the house though. If you go and do every single bandit quest, because I went back and turned all these into the Jarl, and then I went to start the quest to be able to get my house, and it wasn't showing up. So A little unfortunate there. We still need to... We're still looking for skeevers to be able to make foul flesh. Alright, yep, showing what we get in the treasure. Pretty good, pretty good. Unfortunately, no enchanted gear, but it is what it is. Now we're gonna go back to Falkreath.
Yes.
Get all this delicious gold and insights.
Excellent. You've done us a... Excellent. You've done... Excellent. You've... Excellent. You've done us a...
So yeah, I read the note. Usually you just have to read this and then
Good to see you.
the
Finally,
dialogue
someone useful
option
is around.
comes, but it doesn't. So
Roland speaks much
I might have to
about the
console
war
my
and
way through this quest a little bit.
But he knows who provides.
Plus, I already did what he wanted, which is clear out
Don't understand
the
it.
bandits. Which bandits specifically, I don't know, but I cleared them all out, so better safe than sorry. Almost to enchanting 50. And now that we're at 200 health, 300 with the Namira buff, start focusing on stamina to get the extra bow damage. Do I end up going Soul Gem Mastery after I say I'm going to focus on the left side? No, right? Yeah, I'm talking about going, getting the perks I need to get the bound bow, which I'll probably do once I get level 50 Conjuration, not before, because I don't need bound anything until I get that. But yeah, that's going to be a bit of a long episode, this one. I do go up the right side, even though I just said I was wanting to go up the left side. Little old me versus new me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.